God, I hope she doesn't tell my mom. I would never be able to face her again. Oh, you have no idea what I am talking about. Hi, I am Olivia. I betrayed my mom in the worst possible way. I should feel a bit guilty, right? Wrong. Well, here is how it all went down. My mom is a single mom. She has raised me since I was 7. That was the year she left my father. I can't remember much because I was just a kid, but I know that she did everything she could to fix things between them. At the time, I didn't know what exactly happened, but now I do. My dad was a cheater. Mom was ignoring it for a while, but then he started making passes at my mom's sister, Gina. It broke her, but she upped, got divorced, and she hasn't looked back ever since. See, the thing is, you can't get child support from someone who can't even support themselves. After my mom left, my dad started drinking. Apparently, he loved my mom, and the divorce left him heartbroken. My mom started working her butt off at the salon she co-owned with Aunt Gina to make sure I never felt the lack of my dad in my life. Mom took care of me, sent me to one of the best, most expensive schools in the States. She called it laying a solid foundation for my future. I never lacked anything. Sure, I didn't have Gucci bags and Versace shoes, but I was happy. My mom developed a backbone of steel, and she became my best friend. She taught me how to ride a bike. She was there when I got my first period. She took me to my first ball game. Neither of us liked the sport, but she insisted because she wanted me to experience everything. She took me to ballet recitals as well. And she was around when I had my first crush. This woman became my everything. Sure, occasionally I would wonder how life would have been with my father around, or when I got grounded and yelled, "I wish Dad was here." But honestly, I never really longed for him. I was happy with what I had. Mom and I were a team, and we were winning. My dad broke her really badly, so she stayed away from the dating scene. Whenever Aunt Gina brought it up, she would simply say, "What's the point of giving your love to someone and having it thrown back in your face?" That usually shut Aunt Gina up. Of course, she never said it to me. She was always encouraging me to have fun and give love a chance. After a while, Aunt Gina grew more persistent. Finally, Mom got tired of arguing and decided to give it a try. Aunt Gina created a profile for her on a dating app, and Mom instantly got loads of matches. She went on a few dates. After each date, she would block the man's number and declare that he was a weirdo. One's nose was too big, the other chewed with his mouth open, and one apparently looked like a hobbit. After that, she concluded that love wasn't meant for her. Eventually, she gave up on dating apps. But Aunt Gina wouldn't let her be until she promised she would keep an open mind. My mom had given up on dating, but Aunt Gina didn't give up matchmaking, so she signed both of them up for a group trip. At first, my mom wasn't having it, but Aunt Gina is as persistent as a pesky little fly. While Mom was away on the trip being miserable, she met Dave. He was the group tour guide, so it started out as him doing his job and trying to make sure all the travelers were okay. Then they exchanged numbers and started texting. Texting became a close friendship, and friendship became dinner dates, and dinner dates became a relationship, and a relationship became waking up to a very hot, shirtless Dave making breakfast. Even my friends said he was hot the few times they met him. One even asked if he was my boyfriend. At first, I was overjoyed. I had never seen Mom this happy in all my life. She was glowing, always cheerful, and honestly, she looked like she was living in a world of roses and ponies. Dave was a very sweet lover. He was always finding new ways to make her happy. Sometimes he would send her flowers. Other times, he would order lunch from her favorite restaurant and have it sent to her at work because he knew she would overwork and skip lunch. He was a passionate lover too, because all night long, I could hear muffled sounds and the screeching of headboards. Ew, gross! Dave started spending a lot of time at the house, and at that time, we started talking a lot. Because of his work, he had met a lot of people, and he could see things from my point of view. He was very in touch with his inner teenager. He just understood me so well. We could talk about anything and everything, ranging from teen problems to real-life issues, and he was just so smart. Whenever I had issues, I found myself going to him first before I would tell my mom. She wasn't thrilled about it, but she didn't say anything. She just let it slide because she thought it was just a father-daughter bond. I can't say when exactly, but at some point I realized I had fallen for Dave, and I had fallen hard. He cared for me. He listened to everything I had to say, and he never made fun of my opinion or referred to me as just a kid. Suddenly, the headboard sounds weren't gross anymore. In fact, I wanted to be the one he was making muffled sounds with. I wanted to be the one receiving cute little gifts. I wanted this man, who was my mother's, more than anything in this world. But you can't blame a girl. I mean, he is everything. He is a 20 out of 10. He is sweet. He is loving. He is caring. He is hot. He is kind. He knows how to treat a lady like a queen. He is a real man. You can't blame me for wanting to have him. Why should my mom have all the fun? She is not the only one who wants happiness. After conceiving this desire, I began to work towards it. I started dressing to seduce him. I read up on everything in the books and on the internet on how to get a guy to like you. He didn't outright comment on my new style of dressing, but he let me know he noticed. He would say things like, "You look amazing. Your skin looks so beautiful and flawless." That had to count for something too, right? He didn't have to say it outright. I knew he was feeling what I was feeling. On one occasion, I sent him an inappropriate text, which I later blamed on drunk texting, and he was really chill and downplayed it. He didn't say anything, but his attitude spoke volumes. One night, my mom and Dave got into an argument. It was late, so he had to stay over, but he slept in the living room. Before he woke up, my mom left for the salon, and I knew that this was my chance. He was angry at my mom, so I figured he wouldn't be thinking straight. When he woke up, I asked him to watch a movie with me. I snuggled really close to him. One thing led to another, and we kissed. In the moment, I confessed my feelings for him, and he said he felt the same way. He told me that he was scared because he didn't want to lose our friendship if I didn't feel the attraction. During the coming weeks, we continued our affair. Of course, without my mom knowing it. Once or twice, I thought about her and how she would feel, but I quickly banished the thought because I knew she wanted me to be happy. And, well, being with Dave is my happiness. She had sacrificed so much for me. One more wouldn't hurt. Dave told me he wished he'd met me before he met my mother. He loves me, and he would always pick me. Now he sends me thoughtful gifts once in a while. Of course, we are very discreet and careful because we can't have my mother finding out. We are waiting till I am 21 so I can access my trust fund and we can run away and be together. Today, Aunt Gina walked in on us. She wasn't supposed to come around, but she barged in unexpectedly, and as soon as she noticed what was going on, she screamed and ran out of the house. As she left, I could see her pull out her phone, and I heard the sound of my world crashing down.